Well, meditation is good, but not as effective as the orgasm. Hey, I'm Troy. Welcome to the House of the Green Lizard. I'm excited to be here. This is our first ever podcast. So I'm going to probably be a bit rough, but just be gentle with me as I will be with you. This is the House of the Green Lizard. Now, this is a safe house. It's your place to learn about physical fitness, personal well-being, personal development, mental health. We're going to work through a lot of stuff because I can tell you now, it's hard to know what's real out there, but I'm real. And I'm really here for you. So together we're going to really start to develop a great relationship. I'm looking forward to it. But not only that, we're going to learn about different training techniques, different models of mental well-being, personal development, and not only that, how to be beautiful on the inside, because we all know it's important to be gorgeous on the outside, but you got to have beauty within. Otherwise, you're just an ugly, beautiful spot on this blemish of an earth. Now, as we go through here, from time to time, I'm going to be real with you. So you need to decide whether or not you're ready for the truth. So I'm going to pause for a second. And now, if you're not ready for the truth, now's your time to step out. All right. I'm going to guess that if you're still here, you're ready. You're ready to deal with the truth about what it takes to grow and to develop as an individual, as a fitness enthusiast, as a human, and as a member of our culture and our society, because that's what's really important here. So let's get stuck in with round one, or well, not round one, but episode one. Episode one, we're going to start right at the very beginning. In fact, some would say before the beginning. You might think of the beginning as that bit when you wake up in the morning and you start your daily regime. Well, I'm going to tell you that's not the beginning. The beginning is the night before when you go to sleep. So I'm going to take you through what I do, and I'm going to give you some tips about how to help you get a better night's sleep so that when you wake as the best person you can be and ready to take on everything that's in front of you in that world. Now, just a quick message from our sponsor. So we don't have any sponsors yet, but I thought it was important that we make space because you never know, we might retrospectively get some sponsorship, and that would be great to have something in here. So if you know anyone who's looking to sponsor a new podcast, then hit us up and we'll see if we can do something with them. Back to the show. Now, I could spend an entire podcast just talking to you, just me and you, going through some of the experiences and sharing hints and tips, and eventually, hopefully, responding to some of your questions. But I think that maybe you'd be done with it within about 30 seconds from here. So instead, every podcast, I'm going to try every podcast to bring on someone to help you or help us have a discussion about important topics. So. The great thing is today we've got Chad with us. Welcome, Chad.
Yes, thank you.
Chad is a sleep specialist that I've worked with in previous times. So I was excited to be able to get Chad on. So Chad, maybe you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Oh, hello. I am Chad. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So Chad, tell us a bit about your experience and what it is that you do in terms of your sleep therapy and sleep analysis.
Yes, I analyze the sleep, and I work to help the people to sleep when they are having some difficulties. So this is what I do.
Right. Okay, so let's go through some of the things, some of the routines that help you to get to sleep at night. What are some of the hints and tips that you would give people to help them get a restful and peaceful night's sleep?
Yes, we know that the television and the phones, they do have some problems with the blue light, which creates alert, which then means you will be awake for some times. So we must first get rid of these things. So you must always, a long time before you go to bed, you stop looking at the small screens, the large screens, any screens, to make sure that you are able to relapse. Is this right?
Relax?
Yes, correct. Relax. When you have time to wind yourself down, then you are able to then close the eyes and concentrate on the sleeps. This is obviously after the normal routines of the teeth brushing, the cleansing, the moisturizing, the toning, to make sure that we are in a good restful position.
Right. And so we've done our routine and we're going to sleep. So what is it that, what are some of the best things to do once you get into bed and you might be feeling a bit restless? What are some of the things that will really help people? To give us the 3 most important things that you can do to really help you get a peaceful night's sleep.
But really, I think this is just one of the things. If you are not asleep in probably 5 minutes, then you should have some music or something in the background. If your mind is noise, then put some other noise to cancel the noise. So almost like noise cancelling noise. If this is not working, then we recommend you ranka. English is wank. Yes, ranka, wank. So you masturbate. That will then help you to relax your muscles, sleep deep, and get full restful night of the sleeping.
Oh, okay. So are there any other thing that you can do?
No, I think not. I think obviously if you have the partner in the bed, this can become difficult. So you may sex your partner. However, if you sex your partner, then there is endorphins obviously will come after you come. But there's also this issue with the adrenaline. So you have the endorphin and the adrenaline. And sometimes the adrenaline may not out. No, what am I saying? The adrenaline will overpower the endorphins, and therefore there will be no sleeping.
Right. Oh, great. So if you have the opportunity, then obviously the release that you get from intimacy is able to help you with a restful night's sleep. Is that what we're saying?
It's not so much. This is not the intimacy, but the ejaculation. This is what will help. The ejaculation, male, female, whichever you are, the orgasm will release endorphins, which will allow for restful, peaceful sleeps.
Oh, right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. It's been really insightful to get your take on how to most effectively get a peaceful night's sleep. So I think what we'll take from that is that there is definitely one method that works above all. There are other ways. Perhaps meditation can help as well.
Well, meditation is good, but not as effective as the orgasm.
Okay. Great. Thanks. I think we'll just cut to another message from our sponsor. Thank you, Jack.
Lots of magic, Chad. We can take care of that. Are you dead broke? We'll front you. If you feel like the odds are stacked against you, it's probably true. So why not take a bet? Picks and gambling is a sure way to lose. But not with broke lads. We guarantee you will not lose.
Broke lads in no way guarantees that you will win. What we do guarantee is that we will take your bet. And eventually we will take your money.
Another approach, probably a little less sexual and probably more appropriate for those times when you have a partner in your bed and you may not be in a position to either enjoy an intimate moment with your partner or alone, is meditation. Just lying on your back, eyes closed, shoulders flat to your bed, relaxing. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3 in, 3, 4, 5 out. Giving that space and that time to be able to relax and release yourself from the world. Tense your muscles a bit and then release them. And really just sink into your bed. I often think about having an imaginary cave in my mind. I walk through a forest and I go into a tree and then go down. There's an elevator in the tree, and I go down the elevator. Obviously the elevator's wooden, so it takes some time to go down, which gives me time to kind of just start to relax my mind. And when I get down to the bottom and I'm in this underground, not underworld because that'd be scary and creepy, but an underground area, and it's a whole new forest with a river running through it, but the forest is a little more magical and there's illumination. And I wander my way around that forest and I find sometimes there's a frog, sometimes it might be an armadillo, other animals. I don't seem to have control over which animals appear, but they appear and each of them has a meaning, I think. I'm pretty sure it does. I'll have to think about that a bit more. And I wander through the forest, following this stream, and the stream has fish jumping out of it. Have no idea what kind of fish they are. It's probably koi. Some of them are bigger, some of them are small. They have kind of golden colours, and then some of them are silver. They all have fins, because I think that's something that's pretty standard with fish as far as I'm aware. And I follow that path, going deeper and deeper into this magical forest. And there are mushrooms gathered around, probably magic because it's a magic area, but I don't know because it's a fantasy, so I can't really have any or take any to see if they're real or not. But I keep going through, and eventually I come to the root system of a giant tree. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is, I'm not really good at trees, but it's a tree with a massive root system. And inside, I can walk in through that root system and into a cavernous area, which has, surprisingly, well not really surprisingly, but a wooden table that I can sit on and just sit down and think about my day. I can start to write a mental journal. I know I've wrote a physical journal before, but there might still be more going on in my mind that I hadn't thought about, so I need to write some more. So then I would write this journal about what is going on in my life and in the world, and start to resolve some of those issues that may have not even come to the surface yet. But I am able to really just dissect everything that's going on in the world. And then after I've done that, I usually make something, obviously again of wood because I'm inside a tree in a forest. All of my tools are made of wood because it's the most convenient way to get there. I don't know how I'd get the tools down if they were all like proper man-made tools, like steel things like hammers and sawmills and all that kind of stuff in an underground area. I'm not sure how I'd get all that down stairs in my underground world without having a really frustrating meditative moment where I had to unpack probably a van that I would have bought and then unpack that van. I probably would have to have a friend with me, and then that gets kind of difficult because having a friend interject into your meditation. I mean, I'm sure it can happen, and I'm pretty sure that there are stories of this happening, but it would be quite difficult. And the reality is I wouldn't need all that stuff because it's not real. So I put all that aside and I have these tools and I make incredible things, whatever comes to my mind. I can't really think of anything right now, but things come to my mind and I'll make these things, and it could take me 5 or 6 minutes, obviously not long because I will be falling asleep shortly, so I don't want to do any large projects while I'm meditating for sleep, because otherwise I would probably not sleep because I'd be trying to get that job finished, which wouldn't really add much value because then I'll be staying up all night trying to complete a project for something that I can't bring back into the real world because it's a fantasy project. So once I've completed that, I feel like I've just got out some of my creativity and my more kinetic energy. And then I can walk over and there's a waterfall and I can look at the waterfall and I'll dive off the waterfall. And the waterfall is a rainbow and I can feel all of the this is actually a meditation session that I heard once that kind of stuck with me. I thought it was quite good. So I dive off the waterfall and I'm relaxed, and the first color that washes through me is blue for serenity, then green. I'm not sure what that means. I can only think of envy, but I don't think it's that. I'm sure it's something pretty calming. And then it goes through all the colors of the rainbow, magenta, red, kind of just to get out all my anger. I don't have that much anger, but if I did, it would be in that red section. Until I finally splash down the bottom into a beautiful, clear blue lagoon where I can swim naked. And I have to say I look pretty good naked when I'm swimming in that blue lagoon. And I can see myself, obviously, because it's a clear blue lagoon. And it really accentuates all of my best features. And it's great. I can just lie back and feel myself in the water and watch myself in the water and admire the body I've built and just relax, float naked and gently fall asleep. Well, that brings us to the end of our first ever episode here at the House of the Green Lizard. I'm Troy. I've really enjoyed spending this time with you, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. We've learned a fair bit today. We've learned about how to really start to learn to relax and wind down, because as I said in the beginning, sleep is the preemptor to the first thing that you do every day. So there are ways you can certainly relax. We will probably not revisit those soon, but look, hope you've enjoyed it, and please, if you have, subscribe, make sure you comment. We're on YouTube. You can see this on YouTube or listen to it on your favorite podcasts. Follow us so that everyone knows that we're worth the time. Thank you.